Extreme Collectibles here. A few days ago, I got Thor Premium Format Breaker of Brimstone. And it's a very, very cool piece. I have a review on it. Go check that out. But I have another Thor that kind of goes with my Avengers lineup. And he didn't really fit really well. He would fit very well. I just have two Thors I love. So I was able to pick this guy up on eBay with a 15% discount because I've always been on the fence about him. I was a big fan of the original Thor movie. And I thought these two would pair really well side by side, which we're going to find out at the end here. But let's dive into the review on the Destroyer. Extreme Collectibles here with Sideshow's Destroyer Maquette. This is the collector's edition, not the exclusive. I actually purchased the exclusive on eBay, and then the seller, after I got it, it wasn't the exclusive. So that's the risk you have of going on eBay, but this originally retailed for around $500. The exclusive version, which comes with an art print, which I don't really care, so big deal I didn't get it. That was 500 of those were made, and the edition size of the non-exclusive, the one I have without the art print, is 1,000. And I paid right around 500, like a little more than that with shipping. So I got it pretty much at retail. So I'm happy inside. But as I said, I purchased him because I wanted something to go with my Thor Breaker of Brimstone. So at the end of this review, we'll put them right next to each other. Then I got to figure out. I think I know where I'm going to put them. But unboxing it, it's a very, very heavy piece. It's a lot bigger than I thought it'd be. That's what she said. But unboxing it took forever because this guy, there's a lot to it. So first of all, the base here is one whole entire piece, and there's a battery compartment on the bottom for light ups. And then Destroyer is another piece. So it took me quite a long time to put these two together, and then it was done. The light up feature that it supposedly has does not work. There's a button in here. It's not going. I didn't even check to see if there's batteries, so that could be the answer. If not, it could just be another eBay person. Hopefully not. I don't like eBay people, and I'm an eBay person, so I guess I don't like myself. I have personal issues. But let me do the dimensions on him before I forget. I'm trying to do that with every review, and I only remember like a third of the time. So width is about 17 inches. Height, he's, that's 24, a little over. And then depth is about 11 or so, 10 and a half. Do not quote me. Look at Sideshow's site for better details. So concept and design, this is the Destroyer Maquette. The Destroyer was in the first Thor movie that came out. I don't think there was a subtitle to that movie. It wasn't Dark World or Ragnarok or anything. It was just Thor. And I really like this character. I don't know if there's comic origins behind this. Someone can educate me. I would assume there is, but I only know him from the movie. I really like the end fight scene. I actually wish that it would have went on quite a bit longer. One of my favorite parts of that scene is after the Destroyer kills Thor. If you haven't seen the movie, then I don't know why you're watching this review, but after the Destroyer kills Thor and then Thor comes back to life, one of my favorite scenes. I wish there would have been a more all-ensuing battle between them. That would have been really, really cool. Kind of like how you see in quite a few of the other MCU movies, the really powerful characters going at it for long fight scenes. So I think they missed that opportunity. But anyway, the Destroyer is a protector of Asgard, and in the movie he's under the control of Loki, going after Thor. And I love the pose on this guy. So first of all, he's on this rocky, sandy base, which to me kind of insinuates Arizona or whatever desert town that Thor fell in. And I haven't seen the movie for quite a while, but so he's on kind of this sandy, rocky base out in the desert, probably in the same scene where he's fighting Thor. And it's a museum. It's a museum pose, but he's ready to fight. He's got his left hand fist, his right hand just kind of a pendulum ready to swing. And he doesn't have any expression on his face because he doesn't have a face, but you can definitely tell he's about to kick some ass. So very stoic, very intimidating, very cool piece. And I think That's why this will look really well with the new Thor Premium format, because he's swinging the hammer down both figuratively and literally, and he's ready for that punch, ready to hit him back. So I really like the concept. I like the design. I think it's really cool when I hate museum poses where the character's just sitting there. I think that's stupid, even though I am looking at like 3 of them behind the camera right now. But so I like how they ended up doing that. One thing I don't like about this is the nameplate here in front. I hate nameplates. I cover them up if I can, because realistically, I don't need to know what character this is. I don't need to know what movie it is. If anyone's looking at my collection for whatever reason, it costs $20 to get in, but if anyone paid the $20, they should know who this character is. So moving into paint and sculpt, when I get to Destroyer, I'll talk about the base first like I always do, but when you get to Destroyer, it's weird. I've never done a review like this before. So first, the base, I think all the smooth areas are just a huge miss. They should have put some texture on there. They should have, the paint is very flat, even though they did use a number of colors that give it that Arizona desert feel. One really cool thing I like that they did with the base is there's all this gravel and pebbles that's sculpted into it that it looks real. It looks like you can brush it and blow it off, but it's absolutely real. And the paint they did on that aspect of it too is phenomenal. So it's so weird to me. It's a base that on one side is a complete miss, and on the other side is a knock out of the park. It's funny to me that they spent more time on the details than they did the base itself, at least in my opinion, which I'm wrong most of the time. Moving up to Destroyer, I want to look at quite a few things here. First of all, he's pretty much the same silver, gray, metallic color, other than on his feet, where you see some splatter essentially up from the sandy base, you would assume. And looking at the gray, silver, armor type color, if you look really close, it's not just one solid matte color. There's a ton of different colors in there, and it's probably hard to see on the cameras, but it really makes it shine. It really gives it a little bit more depth than you thought it would have. Another thing on Destroyer, he has these spikes running all over his body, from the bottom of his foot all the way up to his mid-torso, and then from his neck all the way down to his hands. And I really like those, and of course they're very accurate. They're very sharp, and you just want to touch it. You just want to touch it. That's what she said too. So another part of him is the anatomy. So he's not a man, but obviously he's humanoid-like, and there's not muscle definition per se, but there kind of is. So like, for example, if you look at his thighs right here, you see a little bit of muscle definition, and same thing with his biceps. But then it almost looks like he has a great upper chest area, but then a beer belly. Very, very interesting how they did that. And another thing all over him that you've probably seen is he has these lines, almost probably where he was, magically put together. And then lastly, his portrait. It's weird. I don't like his portrait. I know it's accurate. I just don't like it. And maybe I don't like it because there's not really a lot of detail, and there's not much they can do with it without a mouth or a nose or anything of that nature. His hat doesn't look that intimidating. If you look just at his head, he looks kind of silly. So those are my thoughts on this piece. Here you can kind of see what I was talking about, and I think it looks great. So I think I made a good choice. I'll just have to figure out if I want to display it near my other Avengers or not. But let me know if you've had this, what's your thoughts on it. And I appreciate you watching. Please like, please subscribe, please give me a comment, please give me money. Thank you so much. Take care.